Dear students, welcome to the class of electricity second period. So in this period, first we shall study about the potential difference. In a circuit, the potential difference is the work done to carry to 1 coulomb charge from one point to another. So potential difference means carrying a 1 coulomb charge from one point to another, then the potential difference is said to be 1 volt. So the unit for potential difference is volt. So this is W, this is Q. So SI unit of potential difference is volt. It is denoted by volt V, and the instrument is called measure voltmeter. So this is the voltmeter, and this is the symbol used to voltmeter. So now what is potential? Current can flow from the conductor only if there is a variation in electric pressure. You know that if water flows from higher level to lower level, air blows from higher pressure to lower pressure. Similarly, if there is a variation in the current, then only current flows. So therefore, that is called potential. Only the current flows through the conductor from the higher potential to lower potential. If potential difference is created, then only the current flows from higher potential to lower potential. So the battery is used to create a potential difference. You know that dry cell and batteries, these are used to create a potential difference between any 2 points. The batteries or dry cells not produce a current. Due to chemical reaction, there is a potential difference is created, so then current flows. Okay. So when it is connected in circuit, then due to chemical reaction, the potential difference is created between the poles, the current flows. Okay. Different definition of volt. So volt is W by Q, already know that. 1 joule by 1 coulomb. So 1 volt is equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb. 1 volt is 1 joule per coulomb. That means if 1 joule work is done when 1 coulomb charge is passed from or carried from one point to another, then the potential difference between those 2 points is 1 volt. Okay. So therefore 1 volt means if 1 joule work is done when 1 coulomb charge is carried out from one point to another, then that is called 1 joule, 1 volt. So voltmeter is connected to parallel to the two ends of the circuit because we are finding the potential difference between any 2 points. So therefore voltmeter is connected to parallel to the circuits, but ammeter is connected to series with the circuit. So difference between the voltage and potential. Voltage is the amount of energy required to move unit charge between the 2 points. Okay. Potential difference is between any 2 points is the difference between the higher potential to the lower potential in that point. So this is the difference between the voltage and potential difference. So problem here, if 2 coulomb charges move from one point to another having 12 volt, now find the work done. So W equal to VQ, W equal to 12 volt, Q equal to 2C. So W equal to V into Q. So 12 into 12, 12 into 2, 24 J. So work is 24 joule. So here is a problem. If 300 joule work is done when 10 coulomb charges move from one point to another, find the potential difference. Try to solve this. Here work is given, C is given, you have to find the volt V. Okay, by using V equal to W by Q. So this is the ray diagram to find the Ohm's law. So next we shall study about the Ohm's law. On that day I have sent a video. Through that video I think you can understand Ohm's law. So this is voltmeter which is parallel to the circuit. This is called resistance. This is ammeter. This is switch. This is battery. So this is the diagram to show how to do the Ohm's law. So what is Ohm's law? So this is graph. When we draw the graph ampere versus potential difference I versus V, so then we will get a straight line. So because when we get a straight line, R is resistance is constant. If we take a slope of this one, So then you will get a constant, that is R. So I think no more explanation is about this, because you are going to study in your future classes. Ohm's law. At constant temperature, the potential difference of the conductor in a circuit is directly proportional to current passing through it. It is very easy to remember. V is proportional to I. What is potential? What is Ohm's law? At constant temperature, the potential, what is V? V is potential difference between any 2 points, is directly proportional to what is I? Current through it. So very simple. If you remember this, V is proportional to I. The potential difference between any 2 points is directly proportional to current passing through it. What it means? If current is increases, the potential difference is also increases, and vice versa. So if we constant, we equate, then we will require a constant. V by E is constant. That constant is called R. That constant is called resistance. So V equal to IR. Simply we say Ohm's law is V equal to IR. So resistance. Resistance is the property of the conductor which opposes the flow of charges in the current conductor. So if the good conductor, then current conduct the current very easily. So if it opposes some energy, so then current not flows. In non-conductors, the resistance is very high, they not conduct the electricity. So but in copper, aluminum, these are the good conductor because they never opposes the current. So resistance is the property of the conductor which opposes the flow of charges in the conductor. The SI unit of resistance is ohm, because ohm find out, it is represented by the symbol ohm. So R equal to V by I. So 1 ohm equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere. What is means 1 ohm? If 1 volt, the potential difference between 2 point is 1 volt. If current passing through that is 1 ampere, then the resistance of that conductor is 1 ohm. Remember, if you remember this, then you can easily define the ohm. This is 1 volt, this is 1 ampere. So potential difference between any 2 point is 1 volt, and current passing through it 1 ampere, then the resistance of that conductor is 1 ampere, 1 ohm. Okay, so this is the definition of the ohm. Therefore volt is defined as, sorry, not volt, therefore resistance is defined as the potential difference between any 2 point of the conductor is 1 volt and current passing through it is 1 ampere, then the resistance of that conductor is 1 ohm. Okay, so now this is the resistance. This is the symbol to show the resistance in a ray diagram. I think you have you know the resistance. It is used in radios, all electronic equipments. This symbol shows the its ohm. I think variable resistance. This is the device used to regulate the current without changing the potential difference in the circuit is called variable resistance. Without changing the potential difference, to change the current, the variable resistance is used. So this is the variable resistance symbol. This is the variable resistance symbol. If you show that, that is variable resistance. The change resistance in the circuit, the device rheostat is also used. Rheostat is the another device which is used to change the resistance. By moving this, resistance can be changed in a circuit. This can be joined to the circuit. Okay, by changing this, we can change the resistance so that current is also changed. So factors affecting the resistance. Resistance affecting 4 factors. Resistance is proportional to L and resistance inversely proportional to A. Here rho is called a resistivity constant. So therefore resistance conductor depends on directly proportional to the length. As the length increases, the resistance increases and vice versa. That means resistance increases, length also increases. So you know that in the filament and coil are used in the form of springs, because to increase the length, if they increase the length, the resistance increases. So to increase the resistance, they are used in the form of springs. It is inversely proportional to the area of the cross section or thickness. As the area increases, thickness increases, then resistance decreases. If thickness is very thin, then resistance is very high. Because if it is very thin, then it opposes the flow of electrons is very high. So therefore resistance is very high. Okay. So therefore third one is core of the material. That means you know that copper is the good conductor, while aluminum is the slightly the resistance is high than the copper, so slightly less conductor. So all non-metals are bad conductor because due to high resistance. So therefore that depends on the core of the material. And temperature. As the temperature increases, the resistance also increases. These are the four factors. One is length, second one is area of the cross section. As the length increases, the resistance increases. Area increases, resistance decreases. And core of the material depends on the core of the material, that is if metal or non-metal like aluminum and copper, etc. Okay. And fourth one is temperature. Temperature increases, the resistance decreases. Resistivity. So rho is the constant. Above equation is called resistivity of the conductor. Here a slight difference between the resistivity and resistance. The SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. The symbol is used to ohm meter. Okay. So the metals are having high resistivity. Metals are having resistivity 10 to the power of minus 8 to 10 to the power of 10 to the power of minus 8 to 10 to the power of minus 6. That is 10 to the power of minus 6 ohm meter. They are very low resistivity but good conductor of heat and electricity. Not only heat and electricity. Glass, rubber having high resistivity. These are positive. Remember, 10 to the power of 12 to 10 to the power of 18, 17 ohm meter. Therefore, these are bad conductors. If high resistivity, then they are bad conductors. If low resistivity, they are good conductors. This is shows that length increases, resistivity increases, areas increases, resistivity decreases. So therefore, depends on the area of the cross section, length and resistance of the conductor. Resistivity alloys. Resistivity of alloys are more than its components. Therefore, these alloys melt at high temperature. So these alloys are used in iron box bulb. Iron box tungsten, iron box nichrome wire is used, which is alloys, and bulb tungsten is used, which is an alloy. Because both alloys are more resistivity than the metals or its components. Their resistance is very high compared to metals. So therefore alloys are used in the electronic equipments because their melting point also high. Problems. The resistance of the filament of bulb is 1200 volt ohm and the potential 220 ohm. The resistance of the coil is 100 ohm and potential difference is 220 ohm. Find the electric current. What is your conclusion? Here one is filament. Bulb is given. Bulb's ohm. Observe here. Bulb's resistance is high compared to coil of the coil of the iron box or heater. So here find V equal to 220. V equal to 220. This is 1200. So I equal to V by R. 220 by 1200 equal to 0.1 ampere, 18 ampere. Heater V equal to 220 by R equal to 100. V by 220 by 0.100, 2.2 ampere. That means heater requires more current than the bulb. Heater requires more current than the bulb. This is our conclusion. So now what is the difference between the resistance and resistivity? Resistance is property of the material which opposes the flow of the conductor. Resistivity is the resistance of the material having specific dimension. It indicates the conducting ability of the material by resistivity. Okay. Its units is ohms. Its units is ohms meter. It is V equal to R equal to V by U. Rho equal to R by L. So its application used fuses and heaters. Its application is used in quality of control test. So here 12 battery is connected to resistance, then current 2.2 ampere. Find the resistance. V equal to IR. Use this formula. 12 by 2.10 minus 3, 10 to the power of